Hello and welcome to today's webinar, which is all about how you can create your own bespoke resources for EYFS children. We'll cover how you can upload and import your own resources and use these within Minimash. Also, how you can adapt pre-made resources to meet the needs of your learners. But to begin with, I'm going to show you probably the best way to get children accessing the resources on Minimash as quickly as possible and try and maximise their time spent learning on the interactive environment of Minimash. If you haven't already set up the quick login links, they're a really useful time-saving tool. Whether your children are accessing Minimash via an iPad, tablet, desktop, laptop, or anything, you can find your school's quick logins behind your name. If you click on your title and then go down to Admin Settings, on the left-hand side you should see a link that says Login Shortcuts. This will create for you or show you your Purple Mash login and your Minimash login links. These login links are bespoke to your school. They're not advised to be shared with parents because, as you'll see in a short moment, it will provide lists of class names. So it's only to be used during school hours, and as you can see, for extra security, this shortcut will only work between 8:30 in the morning and 5. What's quite useful as well is if you want it to appear like a nice app button on a tablet, you can download the shortcut icon as well, which will just make it a little bit easier for your children to locate. So if I now open a new window, and within here, if I can just quickly demonstrate that if I was to click on this link, then it will take me to my school's Minimash page. So it allows children to click through the resources, to have a play, and it's only at the point, should they want to save their work, they can then navigate to their class name and then find their face or their name from the list and log in this way. It's also really useful to have picture passwords enabled for your younger learners. If this is something that hasn't been set up, just let your school's admin user know. It's usually your IT lead for the school, or it could be your office manager. Otherwise, if you're not sure who your admin is, do drop us a note at Purple Mash, or you can click on the support option from the home page. And if it's during business hours, you'll be able to chat through with one of our support team live. Alternatively, you should be able to have access to the little help support videos which will give you advice on how to do this. Okay, so once your children are accessing the system, it's really useful to know that Minimash is not only an area with lots of pre-made, ready-to-use resources for you, but you can also share your own resources into this area for children to use. You'll notice that this Minimash setting has got a pin already set up. You'll see that because we've got more than one pin, I can choose from more from the drop-down list, and the children can access resources all about these themes by clicking on the appropriate picture. And then all of the activities within each of the pins will then be themed to that particular topic. In this case, all about me. If you are covering or focusing a particular topic or theme that isn't covered in the Purple Mash or Minimash library of pins, and to check that you can just click on the logo and go to Edit Pins. On the left hand side you'll see all of our topics, or you can search for one and it will filter it out for you. You can preload up to 5 at any one time, and whichever one you want to be the primary icon for them to click on, just illuminate the star and that will have it as the top option. If you do want to create your own resources and pop in your own pins, that's something that you can do, and I'll show you how. There is a guidance video should you want to look at it at your own leisure. Just click on the Minimash logo and select Help.
Welcome to Mini.
And then you'll notice the fourth icon down is Ways of Creating Trays, and this will help you to make your own pins. So these two videos are particularly useful. Now, I'm going to create a pin and put my own resources in that I want the children to access. And to do that, I need to navigate to my trays area. I'm going to double check that I'm in the right class. That's always really useful to make sure that you're creating the tray in the correct class that you want access to it. And then I'm going to click on the plus icon here. And I'm going to call this trays 3 little pigs. And I'm going to search for maybe the wolf, and I can add that as my icon. I can change the colour as well if I want to. There we go. And what's quite useful now is I can then populate this tray with work that I want to pin up for the children. Now, because the tray's just been created, obviously there's no work in there, but I'll show you the different ways in which you can find the resources to put in. So you'll notice we've got the 3 little pigs tray. I'm going to come out and back into the mini mash area, and I'm going to find this particular activity. I'm going to get them to create a picture of one of the pigs. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to open up this blank resource, and I'm going to save it now into the 3 little pigs tray. And you'll notice that it's automatically titled and dated, the activity, but I'm just going to call it Draw Your Own Pig, and press save. Well, now I find that I can actually see that work in the trays. So if I now click on the pencil and choose work to pin, I've now got that draw your own pin activity within here, and I can have as many different documents or resources within a tray as I like. I'm now going to show you that I'm going to go back to Purple Mash, and that tray that I've just created, I should be able to view within my workspace. So if I click work and I go to the school option, if I expand that and then I expand where it says trays, I can now view my 3 little pigs tray. You'll notice that that draw your own pig activity is already in there. It's here that I can upload additional resources that I want to help populate this tray. So resources that I might want the children to view or interact with as part of their mini mash learning. When I click on the upload icon, it comes up with this pop-up that allows me to drag and drop files into this space, or if I click on this purple area, it will direct me to my file library. So within here, I can click on the activities that I want to add to my tray. I can add any file type. The only restriction is that the maximum file size is 64 megabytes. So you can upload videos, images, PDFs, Word documents, PowerPoints, whatever it is that you want the children to interact with. And what's really useful is that obviously you can upload your own resources. You've got the resources that you might want to save with the mini mash, but you also have access to all the tools and resources within Purple Mash that you might want to make use of. For example, if I just type in 3 little pigs here in the search bar, I can open up writing projects. I can click play, and it opens up in this instance retelling the traditional story of the 3 little pigs. I can press OK and then save that now to my tray that I've created that should be in the school area. Where are we? So we've got trays, 3 little pigs, and then I can put here retell the story. And there's an art activity that I can find in here as well, and I can open that up. I can save it within that file again, within that tray. If I just scroll down to where it says trays, go down to 3 little pigs, and I can just call it 3 little pigs art. So I can populate that tray with as many different activities from as many different areas as I like. I'll be able to edit any of the content from within the trays. If I just refresh that now, you should find the additional resources are now in here as well. And then if I want the children to access that, I can go back into my mini mash area and I can add that as a pin. So I go into my trays area, find my 3 little pigs tray and click on the pencil icon. And I'm going to have a look at this choose work to pin tab. You'll notice that none of these have got the little pin icon illuminated. So depending on which activities I want the children to do, so for example, I might want them to do the 3 little pigs art and print out the wolf mask puppet and have a play with that. I can obviously select to pin all of them at one go and to unpin them all in one go if I like. But I'm just going to press OK with those 2 activities. I'm now going to go and edit my pins. And I can see that my 3 little pigs is on the left hand side here, and I'm going to add that and I'm going to star it so it's the first one that's seen. You might want just to declutter and remove some of the other pins as well. And then now when my children next log on to Minimash, they can navigate to my topic pin, and then within here they've got access to the resource that I want them to have a play with. So here they can start to maybe build their house out of bricks, they could build it out of straw and so on, and then they could draw their pigs inside it. Well, that's a bit of wood, but we can use the textured pens or the coloured pens, and we could then just draw a picture of the pigs. I'm sure your little artist will create much more bright and engaging pictures than I can. But if you can just imagine that they can do whatever it is that they need to do, and then they can save that work to their own tray. So if a child's on here, for example, Chester can click on his face, it automatically titles and dates the work, but obviously children can type over that if they want to. And then when that's saved in the child's tray, just bear in mind that any work that's saved in a child's tray is also accessible from within their Purple Mash work folder as well. So if I was wanting to just have a quick look at what the children have done without logging into Purple Mash each time, I can navigate to the class folder, and then that child's folder in particular, it's Chester. I can click on there and I can comment, I can print, I can move, make copies of, and so on. So if, for example, I know that Chester was working with a child, I could drag and drop a copy into Isla's folder and click copy, and there would be one there visible in both areas. So in addition to uploading your own resources and pinning them within Minimash for your children to use, you can also adapt some of the pre-made activities within Minimash for your children. For example, you might want to save some of the activities that are on the washing line, or
go outside,
in or outside the
Minimash
area for your children. You can obviously just open these and save them to that tray, and then you can pin them in turn when you want the children to do the activity. Also, you'll notice that within Minimash, if you click on the logo and go down to where it says Teacher Tools, you have access to a whole range of blank templates of all the different Minimash activities. So, for example, you can create your own jigsaws. If I open this up, let's say I want to create one with the theme of the three little pigs, then I can either draw using the tools on the left-hand side here, and the children can piece together my drawing. But just to make it look a little bit more professional, I'm going to choose a file that I've saved from my device. You might also want to make a jigsaw out of the children's drawings they've created in their trays, which you can do so as well. But here I'm going to add this picture of the three little pigs into the jigsaw, and you'll see just by clicking play, then the children will be able to either use touch technology on their device, or if they're on a computer like I am now, they can use their cursor or their mouse to move the different parts of the jigsaw puzzle into place. You'll notice, for example, we have a timer. There's not many instructions, so you can make these bespoke to the level of needs of your children. To do this, just click on the blue and white eye at the top of the screen. You can give your jigsaw a title. You can give some verbal instructions, and by recording a voiceover explaining to the children what it is they need to do. And if you want to remove the timer or increase the time, just click on the little stopwatch icon. You can either toggle the time increasing and decreasing, or remove it altogether. And when you're happy with your level of challenge for this activity, all you would need to do then is save it into that tray, and then it could be added as a pin. Jigsaw. There's a whole host of different resources that you might want to use within the teacher tools. For example, creating a story is a great way. For early years children, you might want to pre-create the story with images, and then they can either add the voiceover, or they could even start to attempt writing short sentences. So the teacher tools here is just opened up to create a story. I've gone on the mode where I can choose different backgrounds. So in this instance, I might want to add some backgrounds for the children to then add their own sentences too. So again, I can either use the drawing tools here, or in this case, I'm going to actually just add a clip art from my device library. Again, you might want to choose from the backgrounds that are pre-created. You might want to use the integrated camera and take a picture of the children acting out the story, which is always quite a nice way for children to kind of evidence what it is they're doing, especially if there's been any drama work the children have done to create a story. Here, for example, I can open up and pop a different picture on different pages and then get the children to either write or they can record the actual parts of their story. So in this case, if I want to set it as a task and pin it, I might just add the images. I'm going to insert a new page, add a different image, and so on. And when I jump through this process and populate all the pages with the illustrations that I want to include, then the children will then have the activity set for them as a pin. I'm going to apply the background just to this one, and you'll notice that I can flick through the story, and then if I add enough pages that helps retell the whole story, I can then save this again to the tray that I've created in Minimash. I can just call it create the 3 little pigs story, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pin that so the children, when they next enter Minimash, will be able to interact with this activity.
Go reading
So I'll go to the tray, click on the little pencil icon, and I'm going to choose to pin that activity up, as well as a jigsaw. Press OK, and then now when the children click on this icon, they will have access to do the story themselves, and then they can save that to their tray when they're finished. So hopefully that's just given you some ideas as to how you can either use the pre-made resources on Minimash and Purple Mash to create bespoke resources for your children in early years, but also how you can upload and incorporate your own resources, as well as adapting the activities that are already existing within Minimash so that your children can have an interactive, enjoyable time looking at topics or themes that you're doing. Just bear in mind that obviously when you're finished with the topic, then all you need to do is just edit your pin menu, remove it from the shortlist, and then it's there ready for next year for you to do it again. So it's not a case of having to reinvent the wheel each time. Hopefully that's given you some ideas to use with your children. As always, do get in touch, follow us on Facebook or on Twitter, ask any questions, and hopefully you enjoy using Minimash with your early learners. Thanks for watching this webinar. Happy purple mashing!